The
You don't belong
auditorium
in
went
your body.
silent
Just
except
look
for
at
the
yourself.
sharp,
You'll
echoing
never be
laughter
one of
coming
us.
from the back row as Mia stumbled
Stop
during
it. Please
warm-ups,
just leave me
her
alone.
dance shoes squeaking against the polished wooden floor. A group of girls, perfectly posed, thin, and dressed in matching sleek leotards, leaned together and mocked her openly. "Look at her," one of them whispered loudly, ensuring everyone heard. "The floor is shaking." The mean girls broke into another wave of cruel laughter. Mia's cheeks burned, her heart cracked, but her eyes, stormy, trembling, held a strength they didn't notice. She bent down to retie her laces, pretending their words didn't pierce her. But they did. They always did. Mia Thompson had grown up with dance being her sanctuary. While other kids played sports or scrolled on their phones, she danced in the living room, danced in the kitchen, danced in the hallway, anywhere she could move freely. She didn't fit everyone's idea of a dancer. She wasn't thin like the girls on magazine covers. She wasn't flexible like the ballerinas on social media. But she had soul. She had passion. And she had a mother who always told her, dance isn't about being small. It's about being big enough to own the stage. Since she was 6, Mia practiced for hours every day. She listened to music until she felt it in her bones. She dreamed of the day she could step on a real competition stage and show the world what she felt. But the world often felt like it wasn't ready for her. At school, the environment was tense. Crowded hallways, kids judging silently, others filming everything. Mia was used to whispers. "She's too big to dance. Does she even fit the costumes? Why is she even trying?" But she ignored them, lifting her chin one step at a time. She didn't know how to shrink. She only knew how to shine. The day of the regional qualifiers was worse than ever. The mean girls, Tessa, Lauren, Jenna, picked her apart with their sharp tongues. "You're going to embarrass yourself," Tessa sneered. "Maybe sit this one out," Lauren smirked. Or better yet, sit everything out. "It might help the floor." Phones came up. Snickering echoed. Mia swallowed the hurt, bit her lip, and tried to stay focused. But her hands were trembling. She could feel the weight of every cruel word pressing on her chest. Then came the breaking point. As Mia walked toward the stage door to warm up alone, Jenna kicked her bag, spilling her dance shoes across the floor. "Oops," she said, smirking. "Clumsy." Laughter exploded. Mia knelt down, gathering her things with shaky hands. Tears blurred her vision, though she blinked them back fiercely. She wouldn't let them win. Not again. And just as she reached for her last shoe, the double doors of the auditorium burst open with a deafening bang. Coaches and judges walked in with clipboards and lanyards, but one figure stood out. A famous dance choreographer, Elena Carter, known nationwide for discovering hidden talent. She scanned the room with cold precision, her eyes slicing through arrogance like a blade. They landed on Mia. "You," Elena said, walking toward her. "Stand up." The mean girls stiffened. Mia rose, confused and trembling. Elena studied her posture, her energy, her spirit, seeing something the bullies never could. "You have fire," Elena said softly so only Mia heard. Then louder, "I want her first on stage." Gasps filled the room. "What?" Tessa squeaked. "Her?" Elena ignored them. "I've reviewed the submissions," she said firmly. "And her audition video blew me away." The girls froze. Phones dropped. Mia blinked in shock. Elena turned toward her, placing a reassuring hand on her shoulder. "Show them why you belong here." Mia nodded, her heart pounding with equal parts fear and hope. The lights dimmed, and then the music began. Mia stepped onto the stage alone. Her breath steadied, her arms rose, her feet moved, and everything else disappeared. She danced like she had never danced before. Every spin, every leap, every expression filled with soul. The audience watched in stunned silence. Even the judges leaned forward. She wasn't small. She wasn't fragile. She was powerful. She was radiant. She owned the stage. When the music ended, the auditorium erupted into applause so loud it shook the walls. Mia stood breathless in the center of the spotlight, tears shining in her eyes, but this time, not from pain, from triumph. Later, backstage, the bully girls stood frozen as their names were called for eliminations. They didn't qualify. Mia did, not just for regionals, not just for state, for the national dance finals. Weeks later, she won. Cameras flashed. Reporters crowded her. Her picture appeared online with the caption, "The dancer who changed the stage." The same girls who mocked her walked with heads down, realizing the world no longer applauded cruelty. Mia smiled at them, not with bitterness, but with quiet compassion. Because she knew what it felt like to be small, and she knew what it felt like to rise. She posted a message after her victory. Strength isn't about size. It's about heart. And she danced forward into a future finally big enough for her.